welcome back to another episode of Saturday Night Horror. It's been a rough few weeks here on Saturday Night Horror. We've watched one good movie and about 4 or 5 horrible movies. We need to break the funk somehow, and to do that, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to watch a movie that I have covered quite a few times here on Saturday Night Horror. A movie that I really enjoy. Tonight, we're going to be watching Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Now, I know this is cheating, but we need to break the funk, man. I'm tired of having dud after dud after dud. So we're putting a good one up today. We're breaking the chains of horrible movies. Part 6, Jason Lives, is actually one of my favorite movies in this franchise. 6, 7, and 8 are my 3 absolute favorites, and 6 is really where we first see zombie Jason for the first time. He kind of gets the supernatural abilities and aura to him, and I think it's awesome. In the kitchen, the appetizers were so good last week, we're going to do it again this week. The main reason is because we have leftovers. We had 2 boxes of everything. We cooked 1 box of each last week, and we're going to cook the rest of the leftovers tonight. So it's going to be at least good eating, good movie. I think it's going to be a great night here on Saturday Night Horror for once. Like I said, the past couple episodes we've been in the funk. Tonight's going to change that. Tonight's going to be a good episode. So our movie, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. In the kitchen, we're doing more appetizers. So without further ado, let's go in the kitchen, let's get our food started, and then we'll go out in the front, we'll watch our movie. I'll see you out there.
Let's go out to the kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen and have ourselves a snack.
Alright everyone, here are our selections for the evening. Of course we have Pigs in a Blanket. Messed them up last time. Going to try to redeem that tonight. Cheddar cheese jalapenos, I'm not touching those. Mozzarella sticks, a must. Of course, we have the Pagoda pork egg rolls, and my absolute favorite, Totino's pizza rolls. You can never go wrong with Totino's pizza rolls, folks. Alright, so the first thing up are going to be the jalapeno poppers. Ugh. Alright, the jalapeno poppers are done, and like I said, I'm not going to eat them. I can't eat jalapenos. They tear my stomach to pieces. So, those are done. We'll put our next thing in. Alright, going in next are the mozzarella sticks, and these you can eat plain, just by themselves, or with marinara. Either way, they are awesome. Alright, the mozzarella sticks are done. I think I'm going to have mine with some marinara tonight. These things are good, man. They're awful reheated, but when they come out fresh, oh my lord, they are wonderful. Alright, going in next are the pork egg rolls. These things are delicious, and they are filling. So always a great addition to a frozen food night, or an appetizer night. Alright, the egg rolls are done. Now these are one of the longest things you have to cook. These take 20 minutes to cook, but man, they are worth it when they're done. Look at that, folks. Yes, sir. Alright, now here it is. The cream of the crop. The creme de la creme. My absolute favorite. Totino's pizza rolls. I love these things. Oh my god. You have no idea how much I love pizza rolls. It's insane. Alright, the pizza rolls are done, and man, I cannot wait to dig into those pizza rolls. If pizza rolls were the only thing here, I would be fine with it. So yeah, that's going to be good eating right there. The crown jewel, pizza rolls. Alright, Pigs in a Blanket are going in next. We screwed them up last week. We're going to redeem ourselves this week. These will be good. And we screwed them up again this week. Oh, I remembered to turn the temperature down in the oven, and they're still overcooked. So yeah, 2 weeks in a row we have completely butchered the Pigs in a Blanket, and I'm disappointed in myself. But with disappointment comes joy. because it's time for our drink. And if you've watched Saturday Night Horror at all, you know what it is. So we're here in the garage. You can see, nighttime. No sun to be found. We have the mandatory Jurassic Park movie poster shot. Yes, that is a thing now. Alright, let's go in here. Let's get something to drink. Look at that sight. That is beautiful, man.
Never there was fun, there's always Coca-Cola, yeah. Coca-Cola, always Coca-Cola.
Alright, we've got our ice cold, crisp, delicious, refreshing cherry Coke. Oh yeah. So let's go back in the house. We got our food, we've got our drink. It's time to watch an awesome movie. Alright, we are here in the front room. We're going to turn the last light in the house off. Alright, all the lights in the house are off. Total darkness. It's time to watch Jason Lives. Definitely looking forward to watching this. Alright, we have Tiger here. Mr. Tiger has decided to jump on the couch and join us. I think he's going to take a nap. It's always nice to have one of the cats out here. Even if they don't watch the movie, I still like having them around. So this is my buddy Tiger. Alright everyone, the movie's over. And it was an awesome night. The funk has officially been broken. The stench of horrible movies is gone. We're back on the right track here on Saturday Night Horror. As you can see, I have Tiger with me. He was out there with me for the movie. He slept through it. Poor Tiger, you missed a good one, buddy. But yeah, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Like I said, one of my favorites in the franchise. And in all honesty, you can never go wrong with a Friday the 13th movie at all. Even the horrible Jason X. You can't go wrong with it. So Part 6, Jason Lives, is the story of Tommy Jarvis, who was in Part 4, Part 5. He is absolutely traumatized by his encounter with Jason as a child. So in the beginning of the movie, Tommy Jarvis decides he wants closure. And getting his closure means he's going to dig up the corpse of Jason Voorhees, which has been buried for years. Jason's dead. He's been dead for years. His body is underground, rotting in a coffin. Tommy Jarvis wants to dig up the body, pour gasoline on it, and light it on fire. Now folks, I don't know how burning a dead body is going to give you closure, but whatever. That's Tommy's idea of getting closure, and of course, this being Friday the 13th, his mission to do that fails epically. I don't even like using that word, but that's the only word I can use to describe the failure of Tommy Jarvis getting his closure. Jason is revived, and a new killing streak continues. So yeah, think about that. Every death in this movie is Tommy Jarvis's fault. All the bloodshed in this movie is on Tommy Jarvis's hands because Jason was dead and buried. If Tommy would have just left him alone, no one would have been dead. Matter of fact, you could say that, in a way, the deaths in this movie and every movie after are Tommy Jarvis's fault. Because Jason wouldn't have been around in Part 7 to be resurrected. Same thing in Part 8. Same thing in Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. If Tommy would have just left him dead and buried, that would have been it. But no. I need closure. I'm going to dig up a dead body of a man that's been dead for years, and I'm going to burn it. Because that's going to make me feel better. Tommy Jarvis was a moron. Ugh, God. The setting of this movie was at summer camp, which I absolutely love, in the woods, mostly at night. I love that setting. The camp in the middle of the woods at night, I love it. You cannot go wrong with that. There's no possible way to screw that up. So I love that. Hey, buddy. You would have loved it too if you would have stayed awake. Silly boy. He has been a baby today. He's been wanting attention all day. So yeah, I love the setting in the woods. Awesome. The kills in this movie, we Some were pretty standard. Friday the 13th franchise, we had some that were off the wall. Are you gonna jump? You wanna get down? Tiger's trying to decide what he wants to do. I think he's leaving me. And he's digging his claws in. Jesus. Okay, Tiger's left us. But yeah, the kills in this movie, some were pretty standard. Machete kills, of course. We had Jason punching a man through the chest and holding his beating heart. Pretty normal. Some were off the wall. Oh my lord. Some were really off the wall. We had a triple decapitation. 3 people standing next to each other. Jason swipes his machete, cuts all 3 of their heads off at the same time. We had a girl inside an RV as it was moving. Excuse me. Jason grabs her head, smashes her against the wall, and you can see the impression of her face form on the outside of the RV, which that's the one kill, or one of 2 kills that I always think about with this movie. The main kill I think about, we had a sheriff's deputy. Jason bent him backwards, so his body looked like a lowercase n. I kid you not. So some pretty off the wall kills. We also had another girl who went into a cabin, and we don't know exactly what happened to her, but we do know that the entire cabin was covered in blood. So whatever happened to her, she ain't coming back, folks. So the kills are pretty cool. Like I said, I guess you could say this was the first appearance of zombie Jason, where he was just kind of a rotting corpse. He had, I guess, supernatural-esque abilities. He could just kind of teleport and appear out of nowhere. Pretty much unstoppable, bulletproof, all that good stuff. I have no problem with it. This movie, like I said, takes place during the camp. There is a scene where there are a couple scenes where they're driving on a highway. And there's one scene in particular that I always think about when it comes to this movie. And there's an RV that Jason kills the driver, and the RV hits a rock or something on the side of the road. It flips over, lands on its side, and comes to a stop, and it's on fire. And Jason is standing on top of this burning RV, and for some reason, that's my favorite scene in the movie. I just think it's badass to see Jason standing on top of the RV. What does it have to do with anything? Nothing. I just want to talk about it. As is the normal with me, really didn't care about the cast. I didn't care if they lived or died. We had the typical cast of a Friday the 13th movie. We had the girl who only thinks about guys. Didn't care if she lived or died. We had a couple goody two-shoes. Didn't care if they lived or died. The sheriff's daughter, Megan, was one of the main characters, and she was particularly irritating. Oh my god, she was almost as irritating as Tommy Jarvis, but not quite. Megan, I just wanted her to die as soon as possible. She's the wannabe bad girl who just comes off as really lame and corny. And then we had Tommy Jarvis himself. Oh boy, I'm about to piss some people off who love Tommy Jarvis. Tommy Jarvis is an idiot. Tommy Jarvis is a freaking moron. They set Tommy Jarvis up to be the hero of the movie, and he's not. He's the main idiot of the movie, and I've already explained why. Every death in this movie is the fault of Tommy Jarvis. After Jason is resurrected because of Tommy's stupidity, he spends the rest of the movie trying to kill Jason and make up for what he did. He's a moron. If he would have just left Jason alone, no one would have died. No one would have died in part 7 they would have been in part 7 and beyond, because Jason would have still been dead. And all the people that have died in part 6 and beyond would still be alive. But because you're a moron, they're not. So he was supposed to be the hero, but he was the idiot. I've always thought Tommy Jarvis was he always come off as a buffoon, and he definitely proved that he was in this movie. So yeah, the cast, didn't really care for him, but I really don't care for cast in horror movies. I usually root for the killer, so it was no difference here. I was rooting for Jason just to put everyone out of the misery, especially Tommy, and especially Megan. Speaking of idiots, let's talk about Megan. Tommy Jarvis is desperate to convince the sheriff that Jason Voorhees is alive and killing people, and of course the sheriff does not believe him. So they kick Tommy out of town, and then these killings start happening, and it's kind of Jason's old MO, as the sheriff's deputy said. So of course the sheriff thinks Tommy is the one doing these killings to convince him that Jason is alive. So he goes after Tommy. His daughter Megan, the irritating moron character, Tommy Jarvis tells her Jason's alive, and she instantly believes him. Because he's cute. She thinks he's cute, so she instantly believes everything he says, and she even volunteers to pick him up. When everything looks like Tommy is the one doing these killings, Megan just honestly, like right off the bat, believes him that this fairy tale Jason Voorhees is real. So yeah, definitely two of the most irritating characters in the franchise to me. So yeah, despite that, despite those two characters, this is a really fun movie, really good movie. This is, to me, this is the first Friday the 13th that has some comedic elements to it. I had a lot of comedic elements to it, and a lot of people think this is kind of a comedy entry to the franchise. I don't. It's got its funny moments, but Jason definitely makes up for it with his viciousness and just overall Voorhees being Voorhees. So part 6 is definitely worth a watch. I enjoyed it. It was an awesome night. Hey, buddy. Tiger is laying on my equipment over there. He's decided to take a nap. So yeah, if for whatever reason you have not seen Jason Lives, I implore you, please check it out. You will not be disappointed. I will apologize for Megan and Tommy irritating the hell out of you during the entire movie, but no, it's a sacrifice that is well worth it because the movie's awesome. So with that being said, the funk is over. The bad streak of horrible movies is done. Hopefully we don't start a new one next week, because that'll suck. I also do want to say I really miss having a cat sleeping in my lap during these movies. They sleep on the couch next to me now. Bella used to be a lap cat when we first got her, but she's a big girl now, so she doesn't really lay in people's laps that much. She will purr and want you to pick her up and give her a bunch of attention, but as far as sitting in your lap, she's a big girl. My buddy Tiger has never been a lap cat, but he is just the sweetest little boy in the world. So, they may not be sitting in my lap, and it kind of sucks, because I miss that. But at least they're there with me watching a movie. Or at least out there in the front room, sleeping while it's on. Oh, buddy. So anyway, that is going to do it for this week's episode of Saturday Night Horror. I have no idea what I'm going to watch next week, but hopefully it does not start a streak of bad movies again. I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Hope you have a great week. And I will see you next week on the next episode of Saturday Night Horror. Y'all take care.